Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'll be talking about the results for the Act 1 variation for the Valorant China Evolution series. This is obviously this was the first act out of 3 acts for the Valorant China Evolution series, and this is basically an ascension slash off season for all of these Chinese teams. So let's first have a look now at the participants. And these were the participants for Act 1. So we have Edward Gaming, Bilibili Gaming, FPX, and Tyler. Both of them were a part of the Vita teams. Then Attack and Soul Esports, Trace Esports, Rare Atom, and Team Weibo. Those 4 came from the play-ins. Obviously, here are the players as well. You might know them, you might not know them, but obviously I will break down the teams more when the partnership teams gets announced and the rosters will get finalized. So let's have a look now at the results. So first off with Tyler versus Attack and Soul Esports. A 2-0 victory for Attack and Soul Esports, 13-5 on a split, 13-6 on bind, and Life get MVP. Very disappointed at Tyler, but at the same time, I'm not really that surprised. Edward Gaming, they start their run, their dominant run, I should say, by winning against Trace Esports 2-0. Can gain MVP, 13-4 on Sunset, 13-8 on Lotus. FPX versus Rare Atom, and it was FPX winning that 1-2 victory for them. 13-6 on Lotus, 13-3 on Split, and TZH on Nizal TZH getting MVP. Then finally, to round off the upper bracket quarterfinals, we had Bilibili Gaming versus Team Weibo. 13-11 on Ascent, 13-4 on Bind for Bilibili Gaming, and Wizzy gained MVP. So relatively no surprises on who won. Then we go now to the low bracket round 1, and it was Tyler versus Trace Esports. It was 13-9 on Split, 13-11 on Lotus for Trace Esports, and Fangeth gained MVP. Then Rare Atom winning against Team Weibo, 13-5 on Split, 13-9 on Ascent, 2-0 for Rare Atom, and Yoman gained MVP. Our bracket semifinals now, Edward Gaming, they continue once again their dominant run to a victory against Attack and Soul Esports, 13-5 on Breeze, 13-10 on Lotus, and Kankan gained MVP. This is also the first major tournament that actually had Sunset and Breeze, so like those the new map of Sunset and the new look of Breeze. It was actually pretty interesting to see how the teams played. It was definitely something to watch. I mean, there was a lot of Neon being used. Well, I think like all we know is that like the 2 main characters that played on Breeze was Viper and Harbor, but then you can maybe put like Neon or even Raze even. Sky was used quite a lot as well. Don't know why Yoru was played here from Attack and Soul, but whatever. But either way, Edward Gaming winning that one. FPX versus Bilibili Gaming. It was a 2-1 victory for Fun Plus Phoenix. 13 on Haven went to Fun Plus Phoenix. 13-8 on Bind went to Bilibili Gaming. And 13-10 on Sunset went to FPX, and Lysol again MVP. I do remember this game. It was Lysol mainly clutching up a bunch of rounds, basically a bunch of unwinnable rounds. It was like a bunch of 2Ks or 3Ks. So it was really, really impressive. So really, really happy for Lysol getting MVP for that. And this is where I was a bit concern, I guess to say, for Bilibili Gaming, as they got 2-0 by Trace Esports. A pretty it wasn't that convincing. 13-10 on Lotus and 13-5 on Ascend was pretty convincing, but the issue is that it was actually 2 things. One is that the MVP was Kai, who used to play for Bilibili Gaming, and secondly is that I realized that Yosemite was not playing for Bilibili Gaming this tournament. Don't really know what the issue was. I think if you watch my stream about the Valorant Esports Iceberg, you probably would call me saying that Yosemite probably got benched because he couldn't reach Immortal or something. That's what I heard, but I'm not really too sure that's true. I don't actually know what the I actually don't know. I'll be honest with why Yosemite has not been in the starting roster. I think he probably said it. But I cannot remember off the top of my head though. I think it's on Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's on his Twitter, so you can probably search it up yourself. But it was a bit of a worry that Bilibili Gaming was knocked out this early. I think if Yosemite was in, I think he would have played a lot. I think Bilibili Gaming will probably be in the top 4. But sadly, Trace Esports shut that down. Rare Atom, they win against Attack as always, which I was also a bit surprised about. 13-3 on Bind, 13-10 on Lotus, and Stu gained MVP. I just want to say, this guy, Stu, he is a phenomenal player. Really good. I think he's definitely going to get poached by a couple teams, and I think there's going to be a pretty big buyout as well for him, considering that I'm guessing Rare Atom does not want to lose him, considering of how of an amazing duelist player he is. But very disappointed. I'll be honest on attacking styles. Expected a lot more from them, but apparently no. Rare Atom, they continue their amazing run as a 2-0 against Trace Esports, 13-11 on Split, 13-7 on Lotus, and once against Duke and MVP. Edward Gaming, 2-0 against FPX. No, not really surprised there, I'll be honest. 13-8 on Lotus, 13-5 on Sunset, and Smoggy gained MVP flat. And this was maybe one of the best games in this tournament. Went down to the wire, 5 maps, and Rare Atom barely squeaking it out against Fun Plus Phoenix. 13-1 on Lotus went to FPX, which was crazy. Number 13 and then 13-8 on both Bind and Split went to Rare Atom. 13-10 on Ascent and 13-5 on Sunset for Rare Atom. And I'm pretty sure this is also where we got to see Spitfires for the first time. Spitfires, I just want to say, he's actually a very, very good player. I'm guessing he's mainly going to be the Fade player. He's predominantly been playing Fade. He's also mainly been playing on Sunset. So I'm guessing if they want to use a Fade anytime, they just get Sunset in, which is interesting. But I mean, it worked out really well for them. So at least that's fair enough. And it was Viva getting MVP for that. And finally, for the grand finals, a 3-1 victory for Edward Gaming against a Rare Atom. 13-11 on Haven, 14-12 on Bind went to Rare Atom, and 13-3 on Breeze, and 37 on Sunset went to Edward Gaming. I'm guessing Kang got MVP for that. I did watch this game live. Check it out on Twitch if you want to, because for some reason, Twitch does not want to cooperate with me for some reason. But it was a phenomenal game either way by Edward Gaming. The first 2 matches were very, very close, obviously. Back and forth. I was really surprised and happy that Rare Atom at least try to make it competitive, by winning against them in Bind, and that was actually their only map loss. I just want to say throughout this whole tournament, they would have actually gone 3-0 obviously without Bind, but Breeze and Sunset, it was a bit disappointing, I'll be honest, from a Rare Atom. So I decided I would just have a look at the matches that went to obviously 5 maps. So obviously it was a best of 5. Obviously this one we have FPX versus Rare Atom. Obviously that went to Rare Atom's way 3-2. And then you can see Nizati ZH doing a phenomenal job, plus 13. Spitfire's only at the top because he only played 1 map, so it doesn't really matter. I'll just count him out. But Viva, flexing onto the Viper needed, or even the Sova, and even Jet, even as the second duelist, he did a really good job, plus 14. Autumn, the Australian player, obviously for FPX, actually played pretty well in this one, in my opinion, and definitely helped FPX to be at least in the top 4. There's 13-1 on Lotus. That's just how dominant they were, I'll be honest, on Lotus. Bind went to 13-8 for Rare Atom, 13-8 on Split, 13-10 on Ascent, and 13-5 on Sunset. Where the hell was Autumn in all of this? He was long freaking gone. And for the grand final, Kang once again, 66 kills plus 18 KD ratio. Stu also showed up as well in this game, plus 14 KD ratio, and there was a lot of banter, I'm guessing, between Kang and Stu, which was great to see. 13-11 on Haven went to Edward Gaming. 14-12 on Bind went to Rare Atom. You can see all the stats are just crazy. 13-3 on Breeze. 13-7 on Sunset. Obviously, you can't see that because the stats have not been updated. So, yeah, that's what it looks like right there. So, this is what the Act 2 looks like. So, I'm pretty sure it'll be just like Act 1, where the top 4 will advance to the next act. So, obviously, in Act 1, the top 4 was Edward Gaming, well, I should say in no particular order. Edward Gaming, Fun Plus Phoenix, Trace Esports, and Rare Atom. Those 4 will basically get a bye, so they won't have to play any open qualifier, while everyone else has to play any open qualifiers, like teams like Tyloo and BLG Gaming, who were invited in Act 1, will have to do the open qualifiers. And as well, they've also done the circuit points as well, and it's quite a long one, so I'm just only going to do like top 15 at least. Actually, I'll do top 12 because the top 12, they qualified into the play-ins. Everyone else was knocked out from the open qualifier, so everyone else below 13th has so from 13th and below, they have 25 points, and then everyone else came from the play-ins or even the first act. So Edward Gaming, is currently first place, and Rare Atom, FPX, Trace Esports, Attack and Soul, Billy Gaming, Tai Lu, Team Weibo, top 8. They advance themselves to the first act. Then we have Nightwings Gaming and Roll Never Give Up. Both of them just came off short from the play-ins, and IMA and Nova Esports, I'm pretty sure both of them came last basically in the play-ins, so pretty disappointed there for those two teams. But yeah, that's really about it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.